Hello, welcome to Accredible. In today's tutorial, Accredible's implementation team are going to teach you how to set up your brand new Accredible account. Bearing in mind there are many advanced features within the Accredible platform, today we're staying focused on the basics and getting your organization set up to issue your first digital credentials. You have navigated from accredible.com, you have signed up, you have signed in, and are now in your Accredible dashboard. Let's take your first steps to setting up your credentials.
Before we jump into configuring your account, let's go through some frequently used terminology to familiarize yourself with their meanings and uses. Issuer. An issuer is the credentialing organization, like yourself, who will be issuing credentials through Accredible. Recipients. Your recipients are the individuals that will be receiving credentials through your organization. Each individual is identified by their unique email address. Credentials. Credentials are fully branded certificates or badges that are issued via the Accredible platform. Attributes. Attributes act as placeholders for information on your credential designs. When you create a credential, the attribute will be automatically replaced with the relevant information required, such as the recipient's name, their course name, and the issue date. Custom attributes. Included in the list of our default attributes, you can also add in custom attributes. These are placeholders that will be bespoke to your organization and will hold additional recipient information. Groups. A group is a holder for all the information regarding a specific achievement that you are awarding. A group can be created for an accreditation, a license, an event your recipients attended, or an achievement. Collections. Add your groups into a collection to help you identify groups that have common factors. When using searches or filters, you can then use collection names to isolate groups of a similar nature. Alongside administrative uses, you can also choose to make a collection public on your issuer page. Creating versus publishing credentials. Choose whether you would like to review your credentials by creating them, or trigger the delivery notifications to be sent to your recipients by publishing credentials. The credential view. The credential view refers to a recipient's credential page. This is the page that will hold their certificate or badge, as well as any additional metadata you include as part of the description and skills tags of the group. Credentials viewed. This icon will confirm if your recipient has viewed their credential page. Credentials engaged. This icon confirms if your recipients have taken steps to engage with their credential after viewing it. This will include activities like sharing via email, embedding an email signature, or downloading a PDF of their credentials. This concludes the glossary, and you are now ready to begin the setup of your account.
This video will go over how to create a certificate design. All you have to do is select the design option here on the top navigation bar and go to create certificate design on the top right hand corner. Once you land in the design studio for your certificates, you will want to decide between the 4 different printing options Accredible offers: US letter landscape, US letter portrait, A4 landscape, and A4 portrait. Depending on the printing options you want to offer your recipients, you can select the All option once you've made your decision, and you will have some designs here to choose from to build your certificate. Once you have one in mind, you can go ahead and select that certificate, and we can start building it out in our studio. I will go ahead and upload our logo where our logo section appears. Go ahead and delete this one out. You'll navigate to the left-hand side of your screen and go to the elements if you would like to upload any logo images, any design images outside of the Accredible platform. You can resize any images right here within the studio. And then of course, if the font is something you want to update, you can also do that and copy and paste any of your hex color codes in the fields that you see here. If you make any mistakes, you can just do the undo option on the top. When adding in attributes, there are a few that are already in our designs, but here are a list of additional attributes which you can layer into your certificate. Let's say, for instance, I would like to add in the expiry date, and I want to add it into the same field here. I'll go ahead and add in some text, and I'll add in the expiry date right next to it. You can also adjust the size of the text boxes to give them additional breathing room. And the same rule of thumb will want to be used when adding in the recipient name and the course description. You'll notice that those boxes do have all that additional padding on the left and right hand side, so we can support names and descriptions of all different lengths. You'll also want to come up to the size option here on the top menu bar if you would like to update the size of your text. And then as an additional safety net, you can also enable text scaling, which will prompt the Accredible system to automatically decrease the size of the text of any length if it does start wrapping to a second line. So this will mitigate the modifications needed on your end for any adjustments for any super long names or descriptions. You can also add in a QR code as an added layer of verification onto your designs. And again, this is just the blueprint for it. These will generate a unique one for each of your recipients once you issue a certificate for that particular group. In the document section, you can also note and confirm which paper size and orientation you would like this to print from. We do have good background image minimum pixelations for printing if you do choose to upload your own design. You can also enable this for high quality PDF printing, and then also decide a language tag for this certificate design in this dropdown. And last but not least, if you do choose to upload a design of your choice, you're welcome to do so in the Elements section. You'll go to Upload New, and you can upload any certificate design of your choice. And then from here, you can use our text box and our attributes to really layer on and personalize each of your certificates.
If you want to create digital open badges to issue to your recipients, here's how to design or upload one. Open the Badge Builder Studio by selecting Designs at the top of your Accredible dashboard. Click on the Create Badge Design button, which will open the Badge Builder Studio. Building a badge from scratch is super easy, and we can use the following tabs to do so. Accredible offers 12 backgrounds that are ideal bases for digital badges. Choose one and customize the colors to suit your brand. Next, we can add text. Remember that we don't need loads of text here, because wherever your badge is shared online, if the viewer clicks on it, they will come back to the credential view page, which contains all the information about your badge. The Images tab allows us to upload external images to our badge design. This can also be used to upload an entire badge that you have created elsewhere as your design. There we are. Accredible offers icons and ribbons, which we can also add to the badge design. Lastly, we offer attributes. This allows us to populate the relevant information on our Accredible badges, for example, the group's course name. When the badge is published, Accredible will automatically fill in the data for this attribute. If you are creating badges in multiple different languages, it may be useful to tag the language that you are using for this badge. Give your badge a name and save. Your new design is now ready for you to use.
Hello, today we'll be talking about how to create groups. Your groups are what you're issuing credentials for. They're your certificate, they're your badge, that certification. Okay, so first we want to click on the Groups tab here in the menu bar. And once we're routed to this page, we're going to click Create Group. This first page that we are on is going to be our Info and Appearance tab. This information is required in order to save and create your group. The first thing we have is the display name. So this is the name that will be displayed on your certificate and or the recipient portal. Then we have the identifier, how you internally differentiate each group from one another on the Accredible platform. We have your course website, then the description, which is what your course is about and what your recipients had to do in order to earn their credentials. Next up, the skills and category. These are optional things to add to your groups. However, it does help as far as marketing capabilities and just giving your recipients that extra piece of information when it comes to the certification that they have earned. Your skills, you can manually type and hit enter, and then your category, you can type and then just pick the wording that is closest to what your certification or course is about. The next thing is your group appearance. This is where you would add your certificate or badge design to the group. And then after you add your badge or certificate design, you would choose the primary image between certificate and badge. Just keep in mind whatever image is primary will be what is shared if your recipients share their credentials to social media. We do have the option to add advanced PDF download option. So this is just a way to add an additional page. Let's say you have a membership credential that you're sending out and you want a welcome letter to accompany it, or you have a specialized letter for students that you want them to know more about their certification. You can add that in PDF form here. The last optional thing that we have, and we'll finish creating your group, is your earning criteria. So this is a way to list prerequisites that your recipients had to achieve in order to earn this credential. By clicking Add Earning Criteria here, we have a list of different criteria that need to be met that you can choose from. You can set it as required, add a link to it if there is a website that talks more about what that earning criteria is, and then you would just put the description of what it is. Once you have this page filled out, you would just hit save and your group is created.
Moving on to the email settings. Updating your emails is an essential part of the setup of your account. It informs where your emails come from and what they look like. Once navigated to the emails page, you have the ability to work on the general settings, support contact, email templates, email appearance, and SMTP overrides. In the general settings, you can update from whom the emails come from, a reply to contact, whether or not you would like to receive copies of the emails, and what default emails will be sent. In the sender details, you can change the name as well as which email account the emails come from. Bear in mind, you will need to have access to this email account in order to approve the verification. You are able to change the email account from where replies go to, or you can simply just use the one that you used with the sender. If you would like to receive copies of the emails that are sent, you are able to add in email addresses here. These are the general emails that we'll be sending from our systems. If you would like to send it through yours rather than through ours, you are able to deselect any other communication. In the support contact section, you are able to change which email account receives any of the emails that your recipient requests help with. You're also able to add in extra information if you would like. In the email templates page, here you have the ability to change what copy is sent to your recipients. Here you are able to change the subject, what the template name is, as well as the template language. You are able to change the text. You'll also have the ability to use our system's standard text feature options. In the email appearance page, you have the ability to change the background color, the text color, and other settings to make the email feel more like your own. You also can change the standard structure as well as the header and footer and the logos. If you would like the emails to come through your system rather than Accredible's, you have the ability to enable SMTP overrides. Once you have finished setting up your account, you can now start issuing credentials. Simply navigate to the Credentials page and click on Create Credentials. Select whether you would like to create to a single or multiple groups. Once you select a group, for the single groups, you can either use a form to create the credentials or a spreadsheet upload. For the form, click on the button and start filling in the recipient's information. Select Show All Attributes to fill in more than the minimum required fields, and you can select Add Another Recipient to add another credential. If you'll use a spreadsheet to create the credentials, you can download a spreadsheet template here to help you with the format required. Once your spreadsheet is ready, click on Upload Spreadsheet and select it in the Finder. It will take a moment to analyze. Once completed, you can start matching the relevant spreadsheet columns to the attributes. If you have a date field, please select the correct date format. If you have additional columns in the spreadsheet, you can choose to skip them here. Once aligned, select Next to have the credentials created. If any errors occur, the system will display the errors here. If all are valid, you can either choose to just create the credentials or choose to create and publish. If you choose just to create the credentials, you can view the unpublished credentials to perform a spot check, and once you're happy, simply select the credentials you want and click Publish.
Congratulations, you are now an Accredible issuer. If you would like to explore further features or functionality of the Accredible platform, or you would like to purchase additional credits, please get in touch by contacting us on customersuccess@accredible.com.